6 steps to setting financial goals. Lots of things can influence the way you set your financial goals, including your motivations, values, and dreams for the future. And the way your parents handled money and even your own spending and savings habits, which are unique to you, also has a major impact on how you handle money. Goal planning takes intention and some self-awareness, so carve out time to think about your goals. Find a few minutes to sit down with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and get ready to dream big. Once you have a list of goals for your money in mind, you're ready to break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Here's how. 1. Make your goals specific. One reason people don't hit their money goals is because they're too vague. You might say, I want to be better with money, but what does that actually mean to you? Narrow it down. Or, I want to upgrade my car someday. Okay, fun, but what kind of car do you want, and when do you want to buy it? What if you decided instead to tackle your debt? That's a specific area of your money to focus on. Now, let's talk about how to break this goal down even more. 2. Make your goal measurable. Okay, so your goal is to pay off debt. Now it's time to pick an exact amount what you can measure to know if you hit your goal or not. While being completely debt-free should be your ultimate goal, it's a good idea to break down that goal into smaller chunks. That way, you have a vision of where you're going before you get started. Say you have $30,000 of total debt. You'll want to start by paying off your smallest debt, like a $15,000 student loan, first. That's what I mean by setting a measurable goal. 3. Give yourself a deadline. Here's the deal. It's super easy to put off your goals when they aren't time-sensitive. Stop saying you'll start someday. You need to give yourself a deadline and make it reasonable but also a little challenging. Back to the student loan example. When do you want to hit your goal? If you want to pay off $15,000 in 1 year, you'll need to pay $1,250 each month. Is this possible but also a bit of a stretch? If so, good. Now, some goals fall into the short to mid-term category, and these can be tackled in less than 5 or so. Think of long-term goals as ones you'll achieve in 5 years or more. Here are some examples of short and long-term financial goals. Short and mid-term financial goals. Saving up an emergency fund, saving for a vacation. Paying for books for an upcoming semester of school. Buying a new kitchen appliance or renovation, saving for an engagement ring. Putting down a deposit on an apartment lease. Saving for upcoming medical or dental services. Buying birthday or Christmas gifts, saving a house down payment. Long-term financial goals, buying a new car with cash. Paying for your kids' college in cash. Saving for retirement, launching a business. Traveling for several months at a time.
4. Make sure they're your own goals. When we compare ourselves to other people, we're playing a game we'll never win. So, make sure you're setting financial goals that make sense for you. In other words, just because all your friends are taking out second mortgages to renovate their kitchens doesn't mean you should. Is that one Instagram influencer taking another extravagant vacation? Hey, good for them. But that doesn't mean you need to do the same thing or that you're behind in life if you're not in the same place. Put the blinders on, focus on your goals, and stay in your lane. And be clear on why you've chosen the goals you have. 5. Write your goal down. Did you know you're more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down? Yep. It's true there's something about putting pen to paper that helps you commit to the task at hand. So, go ahead and write down your goals. Then, stick them in your car, to your desk, or on your bathroom mirror. Type them in a notes app on your phone, take a screenshot, and set it as your wallpaper, so it's the first thing you see when you pick up your phone. Keeping your goals where you can see them will keep you on track and motivated. 6. Get a goal accountability buddy. To take your goals one step further, find a goal accountability buddy. This could be your spouse, a close friend, or a community, anyone who will cheer you on and check in as you keep working on hitting your goal. Having a cheerleader in your corner and knowing you're not alone can make a huge difference as you work toward your goals.
Why is setting financial goals important? Having a goal helps you be more future-focused with your money. You'll start to see how every decision you make adds up and makes a difference with your overall financial health. For example, if you don't have financial goals, it's no big deal to buy breakfast and coffee every day. But let's look at just how much that's really costing you. You'll typically spend at least $25 for just one work week of lattes. That's $100 a month. What else could you do with that money? If you put $100 in an investment account every month for 5 years, your latte fund could grow into more than $8,000, thanks to the power of compound growth. That's a whole semester of your kid's college you're drinking. Imagine if you thought even longer term and invested $100 a month for 15 years. Your latte savings could grow to over $45,000. And if you invest your savings for 30 years, your coffee money could grow to over $280,000. A latte a day or $250,000. You guys, I like a good cup of coffee, but not that much. If you want to set yourself up to be financially secure, find small or large sacrifices you can make right now. The everyday things you do with your money today will absolutely affect your future.